How are you, everybody? Couple things to kind of talk about here. So I'll make you a dark video. Kind of fell off there for a little bit. It's been a little bit since I've done a video. Probably coming up on 3 weeks. And you know, there's reasons behind it, but if you allow me, I'll get into all of it. You know, my friend, and I made a video for her called Davenport. Davenport, you don't have the right to come back now. And if you haven't seen that video, yeah, it's kind of something you ought to check out. But my friend sends me a message today telling me that her mother has called her through Facebook. And that her mother was telling her how proud she was and how good of a life she has and blah, blah, blah. Lots of tears in there. Oh, baby, I love you. And my friend was kind of at like maybe a crossroad because she wasn't fazed by it. She remained very cold and very short. And it was amazing because her whole life, she never wanted anything more than to have the love and approval and acceptance of her mother. And she never got it. And now in this time, we're both in our 40s, which would probably put her mom in her mid-60s. She just didn't fall for it. She didn't fall for it, and she was kind of, like I said, at that crossroad. Maybe it was that guilt over the guilt that she didn't feel. And I had to tell her that I was proud of her for being able to see the manipulation and not fall for it. To know that these people never change. They never change their tune. It's still the same old shit. My friend even thinks that there's some kind of underlying reason that she called. You know, some kind of turmoil within the family, or somebody's doing something that they shouldn't have been doing. As a matter of fact, she said the only reason she even answered the call was because she thought that she was going to be told that somebody died. And I have to say, you know, like I said before, that I was proud that she didn't fall for it. She's come a long way. And you know, we talked a little more, and I kind of was telling her about some things that have been going on in my head. You know, about my channel, and whereas my father and my sisters have invaded the channel, and it kind of, you know, brings me down to the road where I've been, what's been happening with me. And, you know, I lost like 5 subscribers right in a row. Boom, 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 boom. And whereas something like that is normal, it's actually, excuse me, it's actually pretty well based on our society that we're supposed to have. You know, you don't agree with something, change the channel. It's a YouTube channel. Subscribers will come and the subscribers will go. It's just how it is. But for somebody who's been through the things that we've been through, we can kind of see something deeper in there. And as for me, I just had this vision of my father and his cronies, be that friends and anybody, just all kind of watching the channel, and they subscribe so that they may get alerts, so that when I do make a video, they'll all be able to see it, give them something to talk about around the dinner table about how crazy I am, and oh yeah, that poor guy, I hope he gets help, and I have all this playing in my head. And you know, technically I preach that you shouldn't give a shit about what they say, but I myself have allowed this to happen. When I first discovered that they were going onto my channel, and I first made a video directed at my sister, and then made a video directed at my father, I broke no contact with them. It's just as simple as that. So, any of that stuff that's happening, I allow it. Which kind of brings me back to my friend for a second. As I asked her, why is your mom on your Facebook? When we allow these people windows into our lives, we allow the damage to continue. And it does continue. Because it got into my head. I can guarantee you right now, as much as my friend might feel like, yeah, she resisted the power and fought, her mother right now is in her head. She's trying to figure out why, what happened, how did this happen, what does she want? All those old feelings may resurface, as it did for me. My friend was saying that, you know, I guess it's nice to have the channel that I have, and that I do have their attention because I can tell them what I want to tell them uninterrupted. And there is some truth behind that. And I did take advantage of that truth. But as it comes down, all I did was allow these people back into my head. It's just as simple as that. So, we have this that happens, and you know, we can pinpoint the reason for this. We left the window open, and some flies, some mosquitoes flew into the window. But we still have to maintain our strength. And we have to get these people out of our head just as fast as they came into our heads. And sometimes we have to listen really, really, really close. There's a lot of people out there that do validate us. But sometimes you have to read in between the lines to get it. And I made a video. I can't remember what I called this one. But I was talking about a renovation project at that resort that I worked at for himself, for the king. And I'll get back to that king in a second. But I made a video talking about a renovation we were doing over there, to where we were going to build the king an office up in this loft area. And it had this big blank wall, and you know, next to it was this loft with a balcony, and I had said at first to just renovate that balcony so the king can stand on the balcony and address the peasants. And then I upped the ante, and there was another guy that had gotten involved in it, and we were talking about painting a mural of him, El Dictator style, up on that wall so that we can pay homage to the king. And it went further about putting cameras where his eyes should be so he can see us from his computer, and microphones in the ear so he can hear us, and a speaker on the mouth so that he can address us, all without ever having to leave his office. And this one guy looked at me and he says, yeah, and I want to put a speech bubble right next to his head that says, what about me? And when he said that, I was floored. And I didn't understand why. But I did put it together, eventually, that he was speaking of the absolute selfishness that is my father. And how many times have I said that? What about me? What about me? I rest my case. So, last night, and it was just funny that I got these text messages from my friend today, which was a big boost for me to get back on my horse and continue working on my channel. But I also had some of it last night, the night before my friend sent me those messages. And I was cleaning out my email account. And in my email account, I have emails that are saved that go all the way back to 2007. And amongst one of those emails from 2007 was an email that my father forwarded to me from his email. And what happened is there was a guy that we know, a Vietnamese guy, and I've included him in a couple videos because he plays a significant part in some of these. But this Vietnamese guy, this was a guy that my father said I should have left him dead in the rice paddies when I was in Vietnam. My father didn't shoot a gun in Vietnam. He was a pussy Jeep driver because he blew his back out in Korea fighting over a whore. But anyway, this guy sent my father an email looking for me, as he has been in the cleaning business for a long time, knowing that I was in that business. He was trying to get a hold of my resume for somebody. And, you know, he sent the email to my father asking him. My father was nice enough to oblige, and he sent that email, forwarded that email over to me. And as I was reading through this, the email, when he addressed my father, he didn't say, "Dear Joe," "Dear Sir," "Hello Sir," "Hello Joe," nothing like that. When he addressed my father, when he greeted my father to open up this email, he said, "Hello, King." This guy knew all along that my father was a worthless, no good, piece of shit, narcissistic scumbag. He knew it all the way back then. And although I read that email back then, I wasn't reading in between the lines to receive the validation that was right there. That email is 10 years old. Took me 10 years to read in between the lines to see that validation. So it is there. So as I sit around thinking that everyone is just watching those videos and calling me crazy and this poor guy and oh, I hope he gets help, there are people from outside of that circle that have seen this and have given me the validation. It may have been subtle, but it was there. And I draw strength from it once again. I hope that my friend can draw strength into what she is doing, into how far that she's come. Her mother says that she's proud of her, and my friend replies to me with that, what does she have to be proud about? She hasn't done anything. And you know what? You're absolutely right. She's done absolutely nothing, not even give you the love that you need it. But you need to be proud of yourself because you have come a long way. You have risen out of many, many piles of ashes to go and be where you are. You've come a long way with how you interact with people. And I know it's not easy. It's not easy for me either. I share that borderline introvertedness with you. It's hard sometimes, and it's hard for those around us to understand. But you have an awesome career going. You have an awesome husband. You have a beautiful family. You have come so far from where your mother expected you to go. And you remember where she thought you would end up, right? Right. I know. What we do and what we see and how we interact, and the people who interact with us are never going to be perfect. But you still have accomplished much to be proud of, as have I. And this channel is one of those. I think I've reached a lot of people. I don't have very many subscribers. They come and they go. I'll probably never be as big as what Ollie is. And despite with what's going on with Ollie, I still love Ollie to death. I think Ollie has done some great things. I think we all hit these stumbling blocks. I think that Ollie has been absolutely ripped off. And I absolutely hate to see Ollie in what I can look at as a downward spiral a little bit, but maybe I'm reading too much into it. But Ollie's going to pull through. And none of us should be too hard on Ollie, because Ollie is just trying to display a little bit of self-confidence, something that has been taken away from all of us for a very long time. Taken away from us so much to the point that when we do have a chance to display it, we may stumble upon our words sometimes as we say it. So you keep that in mind. None of us are perfect. I sure hope Ollie pulls through it. And I wish I was sitting on a shit ton of money, because I would definitely invest into Ollie and turn that into a force to be reckoned with, a really widespread internet radio show. But you know, that might not be in the cards for me. We've all done many things to be proud of, and we can't let these people into our heads. And if they do get into your head, it is okay. It happens to the best of us. Let's stay focused. Let's get our focus back, and let's get back up onto our horse, and let's ride off to wherever we need to ride off to be comfortable for us and for our families. That's what's important to me. Now, and a couple more things that I might want to say, but I don't know when this phone is going to cut off, because I imagine this hard drive is pretty full. I've been trying to say a few things all week, and I've just haven't been able to bring myself to do something to completion. So if I cut off, there won't be no edit. I'll just talk about something on the next time. I am back. I still thank everybody that has been responding. I know that I have gotten a few new subscribers back, and I hope that you can get something from listening to me. And by all means, I don't plug myself much, but if you want to subscribe, I would appreciate it. If you're just finding this video somewhere random, subscribe, hit that like button, hit that dislike button. If you don't like what I'm saying, give me the old let me know what you think. Let me know where you think I messed up. Stick around a little while. There might be something in here for you. So, I hope something like this has been helpful to everybody. And again, I can't tell you how much I appreciate all the nice comments I've gotten on all the different videos, because they're even coming from videos that I did way back then. And if you click on that videos thing and you want to go back, I don't have many videos. I think I'm at like maybe 110 videos-ish. There's a whole story that is my life that plays through those 110 videos. There's a man trying to heal, and there is a man that is trying to send what he knows to others so that it may help them as well. That's all. So guys, thank you very much. I appreciate everybody. And as Ricky Rackman used to say, keep one fist in the air and one foot in the gutter. Thank you guys.